Welcome to Holistic Human Performance Podcast. My name is Gena, where we talk all things holistic health, wellness, spirituality, fitness, meditation, energetics, and so much more to help you become the healthiest version of yourself. Let's dive in. This is not medical advice. This is simply to help you on your journey through health, fitness, and wellness. I hope this helps. You can complement this with anything that you are doing currently in your life. Enjoy. Ever find it super difficult to integrate these holistic tools and modalities, and you really just don't know where to start? Well, I got you covered. It's been a long time coming, and it's finally gotten to this place where I can really be wherever and whenever you need me to be. And that's why I created the Holistic Human Performance Virtual Wellness Center. The cool part about this wellness center is you can take me wherever, whenever you need, filled with meditations, nutrition coaching, exercises, workouts, online courses, all of these things you get in this virtual wellness center. Because let's be real, sometimes it's challenging to be able to integrate these tools and know what to do with them. And not only that, if you are a one-on-one coaching client with me, you have automatic access to this entire virtual wellness center so that you have the tools to do it on your own. And guess what? You're getting a 5-day free trial. So you can find that at www.holistichumanperformance.co/academy. Go get your 5-day free trial. Try it out. Let us know what you think. Enjoy. Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Holistic Human Performance Podcast. I'm your host, Gena Vitale, and we got a solo episode today with your girl. I wanted to do a 2024 recap and just really help you all understand how to tap into your self-worth, even if you're feeling that you didn't accomplish the goals that you wanted to, you didn't get what you wanted to get done for 2024. It's likely that you probably didn't revisit all the things you've done within the last year. Like, a lot can happen in 1 year. And whenever I do this exercise, it really changes my mindset whenever I'm feeling like down on myself, like, oh man, like I didn't get to do what I wanted to do, or I didn't accomplish this in business, or, I wanted to do this with my family, whatever it is, right? We're going to go over how you can step out of that, victimhood, feeling down on yourself, really just beating yourself up over things that you might have felt like you didn't accomplish. So we're going to get into it today. I just have so much gratitude for you all. Thank you so much for really being supportive and just trusting in me and holistic human performance and where we're headed, where we're going, and just like creating this magic together. I would not be here today if it wasn't for you all. So thank you for supporting this podcast. Thank you for supporting the business, our books, like all of the things that really ignite me to adding value to your life, because I know it's helped me. I've seen it helped hundreds of other people, and I want to bring this to you all. So thank you for supporting us. Thank you for supporting the podcast. If you haven't rated the podcast, please do that. It keeps us going. It gets it out there to other people who may have not heard of this podcast. So I really appreciate it. But yeah, let's go over kind of this 2024 recap. I mean, personally for me, so many things have changed and shifted within this last year, and I'm so excited to chat with you all about it. So not only in professional aspect, but in personal aspect, I got engaged. My husband and I moved in together. We got married. Our businesses both like excelled to another level. We really both together quantum leaped on just an expansive level that we both kind of just went with the flow. We my husband really holds it down. We're both entrepreneurs, and like when I'm out of sorts, he helps me. When he's out of sorts, I help him. And it's cool to number one for me, I speak a lot about this, like the divine feminine, divine masculine energies. And I teach about this in most of my courses and programs and, one-on-one coaching and things like that. But it is really the foundation of understanding energies, because when you understand that, you can kind of piece together where you're headed, where you're going, and really settle into your natural energetic baseline and state, and then also like enhance that. So for me, like my husband, obviously there's going to be times when we're, just in different aspects of our lives, and like I need to be holding him down or he needs to be holding me down, whatever it is. My husband really holds me, and he holds the capacity where I can be safe and really be in my divine feminine state, where I'm in my flow, I'm in my creative state, and that in turn helps me to add value to the world and vice versa, right? Like it's just, and not everybody's like that. That's the way that I would like our relationship and the way that I want to be living my life, especially for women. I'm gonna keep it real with you. And by the way, these energies they don't have anything to do with gender. It's just everything has these two energies. It's yin and yang. So we want to be able to notice that. Like right now, I'm holding space by being in my divine masculine, holding a capacity for you all, in this podcast. This is part of my work. However, I'm also in my divine feminine because I'm intuitively channeling right now. Like I have notes here, but I usually kind of just I ask God, like, speak through me. Like, what do the people need to know, and what value can I add? And so I'm in my intuitive, creative flow state. That is divine feminine. So you're not going to turn one off and shift into the other. It's just a matter of the flow between the two. However, what ends up happening is we get stuck in these like wounded states. So, like wounded masculine, wounded feminine. So, for women, for example, if you're in a state of hypervigilance, your nervous system is dysregulated, you're always on the go, you're hustling, you're grinding. And listen, you got to do what you got to do. I get that, but you are operating from a wounded masculine state, and in turn, eventually that will make you sick. You will become sick by operating from that solely. So, we have to go down deep into the subconscious mind, and we need to rewire all of those limiting, unwire first and then rewire all those limiting beliefs, those old operating systems, those blocks that the body is holding. And by the way, I'm so excited for this. Finally, I got the 4-week nervous system regulation and reset program is now live. You can go check that out where the courses and programs are. I'll link this in the description box. But it's really important to regulate the nervous system because that is like the beginning state. Like that's where I really start with all of my clients, depending on the stage that they're at. But usually the people that find me are at their wits' end. They have no idea where to go, no idea what to do. They've been operating in dysfunction and dysregulation for a really long time. Their stress hormones are out of control. And this is all based on your nervous system. And your nervous system is connected not only to your physical body, your physiology, but your energetic body as well, your energy points. And when those are out of whack as well, is it the chicken or the egg? I don't know, but we're going to hit both. So that is usually where I start. So if you're someone who's like not ready for coaching yet, I would say start with the 4-week nervous system regulation and reset, and then kind of work your way maybe into the metaphysics, your health, find your soul's purpose, so you can understand. You want to have an understanding of where all this is coming from. You want to understand the science behind it. You want to understand the energetics behind it, because this is an entire education system. And then I create the tools and give you the tools to integrate that into your life, so that you can up level, you can quantum leap, and you shift out of survival mode into thriving mode. So for me, over this last year, that's been my own discovery of shifting from survival mode to thriving mode, shifting into my natural state, this up leveled, highest version of myself state, so that I can contribute and add value to the world, because that's my goal. I'm on like an expansive level. I'm here to impact the world and leave a legacy. That's my goal. That doesn't necessarily need to be yours. So, as we look back on 2024, my word for 2024, and I do this every year, I have a specific word. My word for 2024 was expansion. And boy, did I hit that shit. And this, is coming from the athletic side of me where like goals, 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 and having a lot of discipline. If you're someone that doesn't have a lot of discipline, that's going to be your first step. It's just to start to get discipline with yourself because that enhances your self-worth. It enhances your competency and that enhances your confidence level to keep going and create momentum. So that's where, this is the beginning stage. Let's just say you're awake to all of this lifestyle, this new lifestyle, this other way of living. You're like, I want that. Like I want to live like that. But how do I get there? Where do I start? That's where I come in. That's where holistic human performance comes in. And then we set you up for success so that you're enhancing your capacity, aka your nervous system, to hold more abundance, hold more things, all while enhancing your health, your well-being, and finding your soul's purpose. Because again, like I said, your purpose and health are directly correlated. You cannot have one without the other. And so this is where we guide you. So I would say, let's review back to maybe you grab your journal, maybe you pause this, and I want you to write out in your journal and I want you to revisit all of your wins for 2024. What were your wins for 2024? And I just want you to list them all out. And then I want you to, as you revisit that, on another page after you've written out all your wins, all the things that you've accomplished, looking back, number one, that will make you feel so much better about where you're at. If you're feeling low right now with, maybe not accomplishing what you thought you did, revisiting that will definitely help you. But now on the next page, I want you to write out how you feel about all of that. How did it make you feel hitting those goals, accomplishing those wins? Like, how does that make you feel? And I want you to really just sit with it, set the tone, pause this. Maybe get some aromatherapy. Maybe you have some of our essential oils, infusions. Maybe you light a candle. Maybe you put a, light up some sage, get some crystals, whatever it is, set the tone. And I want you to go into your journal and I want you to revisit your wins for 2024. And then I want you to write out how it made you feel, what emotions came up for you. And that will help you as you set up for 2025. Now, to be honest, these last few months, I would say October, November, we're in December right now as I record this, really should have, and I don't like to should, but should have been the setup time, the prep for this new energy as we go into winter, right? It's the northern hemisphere as we basically get into this cocoon mode. It's really just all about reviewing, revisiting, renewing, rebirth. Okay, all the re's. So as we step into 2025, I want you to focus on self-worth because self-worth is connected to so many different things. And actually there was a study that, and I've spoken about this before, there's been a study that talks about emotions, emotional intelligence, and how unworthiness is connected to 60 different diseases. Our emotions, like every disease, anything really, any disease that plagues us physically is connected to emotions. There's always an emotional underlying frequency that's trapped, harbored in the body that maybe you don't even consciously know or aware of. So we want to focus on self-worth. And how do you do that, right? How do you enhance your self-worth? So worthiness is connected to, on an energetic plane, is right above your belly button. It's this beautiful, vibrant yellow color, just like the sun. That is your power center, your worthiness. That's where you have all of that intuitive gut instincts. living with ease and flow, assimilation. It's connected to your digestive system and all those other organs that are in that area. And so if you're sitting in a state of unworthiness, which you may not even realize, beating yourself up, not living in your power, this is where you want to start because those things that you are accomplishing, but you still don't feel good about, like not celebrating your wins, it's probably connected to that. And so that's something you want to revisit. And really, maybe you go back to your journal, pause this. How do you view yourself? Right? So let's sit there. How do you view yourself, right? And a lot of the times when you have low self-worth, it's really connected to these limiting beliefs that you picked up in childhood, that you just never worked on. You just didn't have the tools to work on it. And no matter, listen, like I'm gonna keep it real, no matter how much therapy you go to and you still don't feel like you've gained self-worth, something's not connecting there. So we really need to work on the energetic aspect of it, and that will help you. So discipline is part of lifestyle change. So if you're really someone who wants to just change it up, you want to change your lifestyle, you don't know where to start, discipline is going to start. You're going to want to start here. So, maybe you hire a coach or a mentor. Maybe you do things that are new that put you out of your comfort zone. For example, like you do fun new things. For example, I'm scared of heights. Do I test that limit? Hell yes, I do. Will I be jumping out of a plane? Absolutely not. So how do I test it? I've gone zip lining, I rock climb, I absolutely love it. So there are these types of things that you can do to test that. And doing new things creates new neural connections in your brain, which helps you to rewire your subconscious mind. Who doesn't want to do that? And this in turn will test your competency, which increases your confidence level. And in turn, increases your worthiness. Okay. So, what again, pick something new that you just didn't think you would ever do and you were always intrigued by, but you never pulled the trigger, you never did it. That's going to be a good way. Or maybe you're someone who leads a very sedentary lifestyle. Get up, go for a walk. Start to make walking a part of your discipline. Maybe that's the first thing. Oop, sorry. My mic getting in my face. Um Maybe you start to get out there and you walk first thing in the morning, get some natural sunlight. Even if it's cold, who cares? Get out there, get some natural sunlight, breathe in some fresh air, especially if you're someone who sits at a computer for a long time. You need to get out and walk and move your body. Or maybe you sign up for a gym membership. Like, go do something that tests you on that limit. Um, and then here's the other thing. So if you want to up level, you cannot be doing things that your old self was doing. You're never going to change. And that's not part of evolution. That's so part of evolution is testing yourself to do new things, to experience new opportunities, experience new things in your life. So if you think that doing the same thing that your old self was doing is going to get you to the next level, I'm sorry, it's not going to happen. And you're going to be stuck in the same situation you are right now next year. And you're going to keep doing that yo-yo. You're going to keep doing the cycle. Why do you keep hopping on that hamster wheel and cycling and doing the same thing over and over again? Why? What is the root? Okay. That is what you need to think of. And so, as you revisit 2024 and then set your new goals for 2025, your desires, what life do you want to live? What lifestyle do you want to live? How do your days look? How are you dressing? Okay? These are the things that you need to do in order to enhance your life. That's going to keep you going. That's going to keep you motivated. That's going to create momentum in your life. And okay, so for example, with this podcast, I had to shift, right? I started off in fitness. For those of you who don't know my story, I have an extensive background in fitness, sport performance, nutrition, and health. Okay. That's where I started. Where I am now is not where I started. I had to completely shift and kind of leave behind, and not leave behind like what I know. It's like stepping into this new version of myself where I introduce myself to a new community of holistic health, spiritual health and wellness. It's a completely different industry. And so that is what my goals were for 2023 and 2024. And not only that, there were situations where as we shift into, I'm going to talk about relationships, right? Like again, that's part of, you're the sum of the five people that you hang out with. Okay. So if you're hanging out with people who are connected to your old self, good luck up leveling. You're going to continue to stay in that cycle, right? And I'm going to talk about mentors and coaches. So something that I had to go through as I shifted into this year was the loss of like mentors and coaches that didn't have my best interest. And I'm going to keep it fucking real. They didn't have my best interest. And I said, enough is enough. I'm out of here. So that is what I had to do to up level. Was it scary? Absolutely. Was I confused? Absolutely. Was I in a state of like, what am I going to do next? Absolutely. But I figured it out. Okay. So, and same with family members, right? If you're surrounded by toxicity, there is no way you can up level. It's not possible because your network equals your net worth. So you have to reevaluate in that way. And so one of my goals also was as I shifted, really shifted into this community and creating my own community, I really wanted to create this podcast to have the best of the best professionals and thought leaders, light leaders, healers, coaches, mentors come onto this podcast and share their knowledge, share their wisdom, teach me and teach you. And that is exactly what I did. And I was scared shitless with some of my interviews because they're like the best of the best professionals who have been in the game for a really long time. But I did it anyways. You know, I don't like public speaking. I really don't. And I'm gonna be honest with you, if I didn't do what I do, I would be off the grid. Like I wouldn't be on social media. I wouldn't be here doing this podcast. I wouldn't be getting on stage and I wouldn't be sharing my knowledge and my wisdom, my story. And I had the amazing opportunity to do an event called Speak Events and get on stage with only 2 weeks to prepare. Okay. It was very last minute. And I had to memorize a 12-minute speech. Yeah, that's right. I had to memorize a 12-minute speech. And you might think, oh, 12 minutes is nothing. No, it's a lot. I had to get up on stage and make sure that I fucking nailed it. And I did. I killed it. Have I had other moments of doing speaking events where I bombed? Absolutely. But I learned from it. And, you know, there were opportunities where I honestly should have said no. And I said yes because I was in a state of like, I need to say yes to everything. And, you know, you don't have to. If it doesn't feel right for you, don't do it. And you'll know when you're testing your boundaries, your fears, like you'll know when you are in tune with your body and your intuition when you get to that point. You'll know. And so that's where you leak out energy, where you say yes to all these opportunities, but then you regret saying yes. That is not having boundaries, and that's not being exclusive with your energy, and that's not protecting your energy. And now you're leaking out your energy into something because you're just so stuck in your mind. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do it. And then you get to a point where you kind of probably bomb it. But you know what? That's okay because you live and you learn. Or pitching myself to different podcasts and opportunities. I even pitched myself to Gabby Bernstein. That was scary as shit. So we'll see what happens. Crossing fingers. But these are the things you want to, you know, keep in mind when you're leaning into this quantum leap, into this up-leveled version of yourself. Do things that test your limits. That is going to increase your confidence level and your worthiness of yourself. Like I am in a state where I'm an expert. Am I can I fully sit here with confidence and say that? No, but I really am. I am an expert and I help people on a whole other level. They've completely changed their lives. I mean, go look at the testimonials on our Instagram, Holistic HP. I have in the highlights. It is incredible to hear the stories. And not only that, I've tested it on myself and I've seen when you say yes to yourself and you go all in and you just trust that it's all going to work out, even if you have something in your mind and it doesn't work out the according to the way that you want, it's going to be even better than what you thought. And it's going to work out in divine timing, regardless of what you have in your mind. So, that is what you want to think of when you're creating this energy and who you want to become and what you want to do in 2025, right? Like, I had one of my goals was to publish my third book, which is really going to be considered, I guess you could say, a textbook for all of my teachings and learnings and experiences for you all. But that didn't happen. And like, whatever, I'm gonna eventually get it done. Like, it's that book is coming out. It's just not ready yet. And like, I have to accept that. And I'm not gonna force it because then if I force it, it's not gonna be what is truly meant to be out there. And so that's something that I'm working for 2025. But at the end of the day, know that it all comes back to you and your worthiness and what you believe you are capable of, right? And guess what? There's going to be fear, but are you letting that fear hold you back and hinder yourself? Or are you pushing through and you're saying, yeah, I got fear, but I'm still gonna do it anyways. Did I want to vomit before I got on stage to do that to do that speaking event? Yeah, but I did it anyways, and I literally just said, God, speak through me, Spirit, help me, and just higher self, be here with me. And I killed it. So that's what you want to envision. That's what you want to have the energy going into 2025 because this is new Earth. It is here and it's not going anywhere. We've entered Age of Aquarius. This is like modern, it's like ancient wisdom combined with modern technology. And I'm so excited to see where this goes. And guess what? If you're an innovator, step into that creative energy that you have and create the projects, create the things, create the health, create the lifestyle that's going to get you there. Because again, like we said before, if you're operating from an old system, an outdated system, your old limiting beliefs and your subconscious mind that's wired that way, I mean, it's not going to happen for you in 2025. I'm so sorry to say that. So that's why you need to really do the inner work. Inner work is crucial if you want to change your life, change your health, create a purposeful health, create a purposeful life, do what you want to do. And, this doesn't just go for entrepreneurs, it's for everyone. We all deserve it. It's our birthright to thrive. So if you're stuck in survival mode, know that you're not alone. You can change that, but you are responsible for that. So you have to take accountability. And I actually posted this the other day on Instagram. You have to take accountability for the role you're playing in your journey and in your health and your healing journey. You have to take accountability for that. And it might be tough, but you got to keep it real with yourself. Stop lying to yourself. It's really not worth it because if you continue down that road, you're getting in your own way of healing and where you're going. So, let's do this together, okay? And take that energy of 2025, really like work on that momentum, that confidence, your self-worth, really enhance your solar plexus, work on what's been trapped in that chakra center, your heart center. What are you closed off? How have you been closing yourself off? And wearing a mask and not being authentic. Stepping into your authenticity is a big part of this. What masks are you wearing? What do you need to take it off? Take off the masks. I was so scared to shift into the state of from where I was in, sport performance, fitness, health, and I was like, oh man, what are these people going to think of me? But who cares? You just got to do it because I know at the end of the day, it helped me on an like a level that I can't even describe. Like I am a completely different person and you can do it too. So I'm here for you. We have so many resources. Again, like have such a great time, have fun, be playful with it. Don't be too serious. Be creative, get in your creative element. If you want, go into the wellness center, the on-demand center. We have a manifestation vision board where it brings you through how to create a vision board, number one, and it also brings you through a meditation and activation before you start to play around with your vision board, whether you do a physical one or a digital one on Canva. Maybe you do both. That one's really great. um if you need help in terms of one-on-one coaching, healings, again, we have I think like 9, 10 different courses at this point now, which I'm like so thrilled about, that can help you get to the next level. We got you. Do not worry. And again, I'll put all of that in the show notes. And have an amazing holiday, whatever you celebrate. Merry Christmas from me to you. Happy New Year. And let's kick off 2025 with a bang. I'll see you in the next one.